just trying to figure out how to grow. There was this comment, I forget who said it, but like, how big can you get before you get bad? And I don't really want to get big because I don't want to get bad, but I also don't want to get big because I'm not looking for, world domination. I mean, it's a small business that me and my wife started and we run, and it's very small. And it's maybe it's very uncapitalistic to think this way, but I am just interested in, my goal with the business is to increase the number of people who enjoy the bass clarinet and the clarinet, in, increase their ability to enjoy it by getting them a good instrument and providing help as they choose it and help after they choose it. And this all stems back to something I think we probably talked about a long time ago, which was Harry Sparnay, who's just like, the whole mantra that he drilled into me when I was studying with Harry Sparnay in Holland in 1989, a long time ago, was that we need to leave the bass clarinet in a safe place. And we need to continue to kind of grow. I mean, he really kind of started it in a lot of ways. There were others before him, and there were others after him, but he did his thing. And to me, music is for a lifetime, and it's not necessarily for a living. And so,
Mm.
how do you get people to enjoy music for a lifetime? And so that's the idea around providing the support. I want to leave the bass clarinet in a better place than I found it. And I'm doing whatever I can to do that, and this business is part of it.
I love that. There's a local business owner I know too in Calgary here, and I got talking to him one time, and he was saying something exactly the same because people ask him, "Why don't you franchise? Why don't you have a store wherever? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that?" He's like, "But there's only one me, and part of the business is that personability and being able to connect directly with my customers. That's why they like me so much." So if I was to franchise this off to someone else in Toronto to set up a second store, it's not really the same business anymore.
That's right, and I think that's one of the bigger challenges is how can you delegate maybe some of the things how do I delegate some of the things that I need to do that are not customer facing, right? So I mean, people come because they want to talk to me or they want to talk to Catherine in some cases,
Hmm.
and so that's the part of it, is that front facing part that I'm there for, but I don't necessarily I don't necessarily have to do all my accounting, though I should.
Yeah.
And I do, but at a certain point I need to figure out what things I can delegate so I can continue to focus on the things that are important, because I enjoy every part of it, actually.
That's very true, actually. There's a point where you have to figure out what stuff you can't do. And I got there with the podcast a long time ago, and my editor Brian's been helping me for years, but it really wouldn't be possible without him because he takes all that stuff that I kind of don't really have time to do or the energy and lets me kind of focus on this element of it. And it's so important as part of like the ecosystem of the podcast. So it's really good to find people you can work with that you want to work with too, I suppose. But
It's
or
also for me,
AI.
well, yeah, I mean, AI is a really good intern, but it's never something that I would put in front of people. But
Yeah.
I'm also a bit of a control freak, so I still do all my editing for YouTube and all that stuff. There's,
Oh, really?
yeah, all of it.